Good morning and welcome to Bluechip Softball TV's coverage of the Bluechip Super 40 and Elite Showcase event from Chemung Township, New Jersey. Along with our producer Buzz Mead, I'm Eric Little. We've got action coming to you today between Morris won the toss and will hit first in the ring today for the New Jersey Pride Easton group is Akila Muzan. It's a team that is going to throw a lot of different players. So Muzan, a commit to Maine, will have the first go at it today. She's a class of 2016 pitcher out of West Deptford, New Jersey. Tall, imposing force in the ring. Leading off for Morris County is the second baseman, Kelly Dovey. Jamie Belfer is the left fielder. She'll hit second, and Rachel Hubertus, the third baseman, bats third. Beautiful morning here on day 2 of this event. It rained yesterday morning. It was very nice and warm in the afternoon. Winds have died down. They were very warm yesterday. Dovey swings and misses at the first pitch, and we're underway with softball action here from Chemung Township at 9:24 today. We still are under the 1 hour, 20-minute time limit in this event. Now, time is called because a ball from another field or from somewhere else has gone onto the field of play. Once we figure out where that came from, they'll return that to its appropriate spot. Dovey's got a strike on her. Muzan deals. Flare to first base side, and a great effort by the first baseman, Amy Petrovich. Couldn't come up with it. Petrovich saw that well off the bat and got a good jump and was even in at first, but ball just did not go high enough to allow her the time to get underneath it. 2 strikes on Dovey. Good eye as she takes outside. Imposing presence in the ring for Morris County, too. The cleanup batter, Taylor Peachin, will be in the ring for the Bells to start. The 2-strike pitch is down. Peachin, a pretty good hitter. We saw her yesterday. If you're with us at 2:05 later today, we'll have the Bells again at 2:05. A 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. And Dovey pops it straight back. A lot of moving vehicles behind the parking lot, and well, it just does miss one vehicle trying to find a place to park. A lot of moving targets today. Again, second day of this event, so the grounds here are full of folks that are milling about looking for their games. Dovey swings and misses at an outside pitch. So she fought hard after being down to the count 2 strikes, but goes down on strikes to open up the contest this morning. Here's the left fielder, Jamie Belfer. Pride, coached by Rob Stern. We'll actually have an interview with him later, that after the game. And Morris County, coached by Don Covering encouragement. Really long. She does get that when it ran inside on her, dumps it into left, and almost got 2 bases. Good hustle in left field by Elizabeth Cowell to pounce on that one because it hit the lip between the dirt and the grass and actually scooted toward foul territory and almost got away enough for Belfer to try to take 2. She thought about it and held up at first. Here's Rachel Hubertus, the third baseman. Okay, Rob Stern. Peachin committed to Stony Brook. She and Muzan will be seniors this fall. The 0-1 lays off. Morris County in black with white accents today. This is a tough game for you to pick up on television. Teal writing on that jersey. Pitch is down and in, and Peachin takes it for ball 2. The Pride in a very dark gray top with black pants. And the ones with that red writing. So it's red writing for the Pride, teal writing for the Bells. The Bells wore their teal uniforms yesterday as Peachin fouls it straight back. So I know it looks almost like an intra-squad scrimmage with black-on-black uniforms for both teams, but we'll do what we can. No score, 2 on for the Bells at the top of the first. Just underway as Peachin takes the ball high. Back-to-back singles for Jamie Belfer and Rachel Hubertus. Balls that barely cleared the infield, but nonetheless are base hits, and Hubertus especially was one that was put in a perfect spot. Peachin fouls this one straight back. Come back to our position twice, and I have flinched twice. As I always say, better to flinch when there's a fence than not flinch when there's no fence. Peachin has worked the count to 2-2. Mouzon trying to find something unique to throw her. She'll change the grip mid-delivery. Here it is. It's down and away. Runners go as that's in the dirt and ball 4 anyway. So they will quickly take their bases. So bases full after that leadoff strikeout. And even then, Mouzon had to work a good bit. And here is Nicole Catalino. Big spot for the 5-hitter Catalina. Playing shortstop today for the Bells. And the pitch is a strike on the inner edge. And now Don Campbell wants time. I think he's going to take Taylor Peachin down for a courtesy runner. Teams can opt to do that for their pitcher or their catcher. Because the Bells only have the minimum number of players today, they use the player that made the last out. That's Kelly Dovey. So Dovey's going to run it first. Base is full. And the count now at 1-1 after Catalina takes outside. Annie McCluskey's in the on-deck circle. She had a big day yesterday. Pitch to Catalina, fouled off. 1 out, bases full. Jamie Belfer at third, Rachel Hubertus at second, and Taylor Peachin walked, and now she's being courtesy run 4 by Kelly Dovey. Counted 1-2 on Catalina. Mouzon rocks and fires. 2-2. Pride infielders moving around a lot after the pitch. Always have to be vigilant with runners on. Now 2-2. There's a call, third strike on the outside edge. Catalina thought it low, a good pitch on the corner. And location, location, location. How Mouzon will have to work out of this jam. Base is still full, 10 outs, and here's a first pitch hitter in Annie McCluskey. 2 hits for her yesterday, both on the first pitch she saw, and she takes the ball outside. A triple early in their late game, and then a base hit later on. McCluskey with the bases full takes ball 2 down. McCluskey does not pose a very big strike zone for Mouzon to work with. A 2-0 popped up behind the plate, and that'll be out of play. The catcher, Rachel Grabowski, gave it a look, but no room for her. Two and 1 here to McCluskey. And she takes ball 3 down and in. Big pitch coming here with the catcher Amanda Waishes in the on-deck circle. No score, bases full. 2 outs here on the top of the first. 2 hits and a walk put the runners on. The pitch to McCluskey. Down the left field line it goes, out of play. Good hustle there by the left fielder Elizabeth Cowell. There's no fence that separates the field of play from the stands of the parking lot. That gravel pathway, essentially, or that asphalt pathway, is the marker that marks out of play. She drifted well over onto that. Counts at 2-2 to McCluskey. 3-2 rather. The pitch is swung on and missed on the outside edge. Strike three, and Akila Muzan, despite giving up 2 singles and a walk in the first inning, strikes out the side and gets out of the jam unscathed. We will go to the bottom of the first here on Bluechip Softball TV, and your score, Morris County Bells nothing, and the Pride Gold coming to bat after this on Bluechip Softball TV. The Morris County Bells left the bases full in the top half of the first inning. Good work for Akila Muzan to get out of the jam. So we go to the home half of the second inning with Ali Dabrowski leading off for the Pride. No score. It'll be Dabrowski, Trisha Griffin, and Evie Diaz against this left-hander Taylor Peachin. Peachin will play her college softball for Stony Brook beginning in the fall of 2016. She comes set and deals high. We've seen what she can do with the bat yesterday. We saw what she did yesterday, at least. Now she'll prove herself in the ring. Rachel Hewart is the third way up in front of the bag. So, too, is the first baseman Kohler, as Dabrowski now working on a 2-0 count. A little bit of a cool breeze coming through here this morning on a very warm, or very sunny day, rather. The 2-0 just off the plate. Peachin really wanted that to be there. Now a glare back toward the dish. The intensity ratchets up a lot for many of these players once they're in the ring. Here's the 3-0. It's a ball on the outside corner, and Peachin wants to know where that one was. Our catcher Waishes will check. And I get the answer. Here's Trisha Griffin. So Pride with a runner on here early. And he pitches a called strike. Again, a confusing matchup if you're watching at home. Pride Gold in the very dark gray tops with Pride across the chest in red. The Bells in black tops with white accents and teal writing. Dribbler up the first base side. Nobody covering first, and the throw goes into right field. And stopped by McCluskey. To third base goes Dabrowski. Everybody's safe. Griffin reaches on the error. It'll go as a throwing error, but really, it's on the second baseman, Dovey, to get over and cover the bag at that point. And were it not for a great diving stop in right by McCluskey, Dabrowski probably would have scored. McCluskey was trying to back up the play and almost overran the play, and had to dive behind her to save that from going into deeper right field. Would have at least gone deep enough to allow Dabrowski to score and probably Griffin to get to second. We'll go ahead and I'll take some time here for Griffin to go return something to the dugout. Here is Evie Diaz. Runners at the corners, nobody out. And a called strike. So we saw the Bells threaten in the first inning and come up empty. And how many times do you see a team that's that is on the cusp of putting up runs and then doesn't. It comes back to haunt them. Diaz punches it into right. McCluskey can't get there, and it gets past her. A run scores. Dabrowski will come in. Here's Griffin around third. She stops it. Now will try to score. The throw goes into third base, and it's up the line. So Diaz is there. Diaz is there safely to score on the triple, and it's a 2-0 lead for New Jersey Pride Easton. Time called, and Peachin wants a different softball. McCluskey made a good effort out in right field and couldn't stop it. Played it into a triple. Here is Brooke Lichty taking the strike. Once the ball got past McCluskey in right, opened the doors for Griffin, but she almost stutter-stepped around third. Was initially going to be held because the ball was coming back in quickly. Good pitch, and Lichty takes the bait. Were it not for Rachel Hubertus getting up the line to stop the ball coming into third, Diaz would have scored as well. Counts at 1-2 now from Taylor Peachin to Brooke Lichty. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Pride leads the Bells 2-0. The delivery is way outside. Peachin just does not look comfortable in the ring right now, trying to gather her composure and continues to rake that area in front of the rubber. We'll see what she's got here. The delivery is off the end of her bat. Peachin scoops. Her one play is to first. The throw there gets the out, but Diaz scores from third. Damage control for Peachin, and it is a 3-0 ball game. So Lichty gets the RBI. Base is clear now for Alicia Bertolino with one away in the first. Maybe that's what Peachin needs, just a fresh start. She'll fire a strike on the inside edge to Alicia Bertolino. Bertolino out of North Rockland High School. She takes the ball outside. (3-0) here as Pride with 3 runs across on a walk, an error, and a triple. And now a foul ball by Bertolino. Only one clean hit, and that was a ball that Andy McCloskey and Wright played into a triple. Tried to make a catch, an aggressive play, and just couldn't get to it. 1-2 is outside, but did she go? Yes, strike 3. Bertolino goes down on a beautiful pitch by Peachin, the tail outside. Here's Sarah Taffet. Peachin breathing a little easier in the ring. Misses upstairs with that one. Seems like it's a much quieter day this morning than it was yesterday. Yesterday, action on 8 fields. Action on 8 today as well. As this one's jabbed into right field. McCluskey makes the stab, the throw to first, and it can't be handled. A line shot by Taffet past the second baseman, Dovey, and McCloskey playing a heads-up right field almost was able to throw Taffet out at first. Here's Amy Petrovic. Maybe it was the excitement of it being the first day of the tournament and everybody fresh and ready to go, but for whatever reason, as Petrovic takes a strike, for whatever reason, it just seems like you don't hear a lot of noise from the other fields, and not even a lot from this one other than the dugouts. The delivery is lifted into shallow center field. Trouble for Bonnie Kennedy, and she races in to make that catch. Was handcuffed, almost overran it. Carried out to center a little bit quicker than she might have thought, but the damage done. 2 hits, an error, a walk, and 3 runs later, it is a 3-0 lead for Pride over the Morris County Bells on BlueChipSoftballTV.com. Coming up after the game on Bluechip Softball TV, we'll have an interview with Rob Stern of Pride Gold, and he'll tell us all about the upcoming tournaments with Bluechip Softball, and we'll talk a little bit about how the game of softball has grown thanks to Bluechip Softball, as Amanda Waishes takes a ball down from Akila Malzahn, excuse me. Pride with 3 runs in the first. They take a 3-0 lead here into the second. And Waishes takes the ball up. Maybe the classic case of a pitcher who had to wait through a long offensive inning, now struggling to find her stride. As Waishes takes ball 3 upstairs from Akila Malzahn. Now Malzahn will have to go find her composure and get back in the ring. Waishes grounds it to third. Bertolino with a stop near the line. Strong throw, 1 away. Morris County put together 2 hits, and they drew a walk against Malzahn in the first. They had the bases loaded, but back-to-back strikeouts ended an inning where Malzahn actually struck out the side. Here's Bonnie Kennedy. Made a really nice catch in center field to end the previous inning. A bunt fielded by Bertolino, who almost runs into her pitcher, Malzahn. And a bang-bang play at first will retire Kennedy. Good hustle by Bertolino. Covers the foul line, then covers the area just to the left of the ring. The third baseman with range for Pride, and now quickly 2 away for Maddie Rubel, who bounces one right back to Malzahn. A toss to first, and that'll do it for the Bells in the second. 5 in a row put away by Akila Malzahn as the Pride Gold takes a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the second inning against the Morris County Bells on Bluechip Softball TV. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and what must have been an all-too-quick offensive inning for Taylor Peach, she'll come back and face Elizabeth Cowell and deal a ball low and away. New Jersey Pride Easton has a 3-0 lead over the Morris County Bells on the second. And the inning beginning for Taylor Peachin like the other one began, 2-0 near the count. Peachin back on the rubber. Cowell is the 8th batter in the Pride lineup. That one's up and in, 3-0. This is a timed game. We got underway at 9:23 today, an hour and 20 minutes. We put the end cap at about 10:43 this morning Eastern time. The pitch is a called strike, 2-1. A peaceful Sunday morning here in Chemung Township, New Jersey. The 2-1 from Peachin, the 3-1 from Peachin bounces in for ball 4. That's the second walk issued by Peachin. She's issued both of them to the leadoff hitters in each of the innings she's worked today. Zoe Bender. It's a called strike. Bender, one of the extra hitters in this lineup today. You can bat as many as 11 in this event. Many teams only hitting 10 out of necessity. Bender jabs at that one and pulls back, takes a ball. A number of coaches that I've talked with this event have told me that their numbers are down and that these girls that are playing, in a lot of cases, aren't their regular players because of the fact that many of them still are playing for their school teams. As Bender puts it in front of the plate, Waishes a desperate throw, and it's into right field. And the throw comes toward third base. And right behind there, Bender will take second base. An ill-advised throw by McCloskey in right field, and as that gave up a second base to Bender. So the throwing error will put Bender at first, and then Cowell at third, and then Bender takes second on a throw that goes all the way to third. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. Here's Marissa Jenkins. And she takes the ball high. One of the things I was talking about with Rob Stern, the Pride head coach, earlier today, is that June is his worst month, as Jenkins chases a changeup. Said between proms, graduations, and many other players playing with official school teams. That one's driven into left center field. That'll sit and get all the way to the fence. It scores Cowell. Bender around third. They'll wave her home. Catalina will eat the relay throw, and into second base goes Marissa Jenkins with a 2-run double, and the lead stretches to 5-0 for Pride. The reason I bring that up was that Marissa Jenkins herself was a player that does not typically play with this team, playing in this tournament because of a lack of numbers because of those proms and graduations and players with their high school teams and high school tournaments. So she delivers and makes it a 5-0 lead. Still nobody out as Allie Daboski takes a ball. Dabrowski with a runner at second base. 5-0. The lead for Pride here in the second. A called strike on the corner. A walk and an error and a double brought two runs home in this inning. Second error of the game on the Bells, as that one is laced foul wide of first. Al Bounson hit a headlight. Boy, there are a lot of places on a vehicle that you would just not want to see hit if it were your car. The headlights and the windshields and any window, probably the top. Pop up by Dabrowski. Trouble in shallow left center. A long run for Bonnie Kennedy. Kennedy working with Nicole Catalino to get that out. No, excuse me, that's McCluskey that's been moved to center. My apologies on saying the throw from right was from McCluskey earlier this inning. A lot of these teams moving players around defensively, and we don't ever hear about the defensive switches. Here's the pitch, check swing, just foul wide of Hubertus at third. So in a lot of cases, if you're watching this and you're telling and you're seeing that your granddaughter or your niece is being misidentified, we apologize. Bouncer to the right side at second. Dovey up with it to throw to first. Retires Dabrowski, but that will move Marissa Jenkins to third. Dovey handles the hot shot pretty well. Here's Evie Diaz. The pitch on the way to Diaz is outside. So 2 quick outs as Dabrowski flies out and Trisha Griffin bounces out. Runner at third base for Diaz with 2 away, and a pop-up straight back. A foul ball. Count is 1-2 with 2 outs. 5-0 the lead for Pride here in the bottom of the second over the Morris County Bells. Peachin comes set and deals, and that's popped straight back as well. Moving car. Oh, thought it was going to hit the moving car. It did not. Same gentleman has 2 foul balls now that he's retrieved from the parking lot. Find enough fresh softballs somewhere to keep play going on. Change up outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brooke Lichty is the on-deck hitter for the Pride. Runner at third base is Marissa Jenkins. And the pitch a little low, and the count will run full. On a very peaceful morning in Chemung Township, New Jersey. Had a steady breeze in the late afternoon sunshine yesterday, and no such thing today. Payoff pitch here to Diaz. It's ball 4. And the third walk issued by Taylor Peachin today will put Diaz at first, with Jenkins at third for the right fielder Lichty. The delivery on the way is laced foul wide of first, and those fans in the area behind that first base dugout have to get up and scurry away from that softball. Everybody's okay, though. The golden retriever down there that almost made the play. Runners at the corners for Lichty. 5-0 your score. Pride leading. Pitch is way outside for ball. Runner goes, though, to second base. Will go into center field, and in from third scores Marissa Jenkins to make it 6-0. Double steal as Diaz makes it safely. Shall not take third on the throw into center. Runner at second base for Lichty, and a flare past Peachin. Tough play at second for Dovey. Not in time with a throw. Once that died in front of Dovey, that was going to be a tough play for her to make, but Lichty is on with the infield hit. So Diaz at third, Lichty at first, and Alicia Bertolino is the 8th batter this inning for the Pride. Runner goes. The throw goes to third and is almost into left field as Hubertus has to stop it. She makes a nice play to do so. So Lichty swipes second base. And a hit for Bertolino would mean 2 runs. She struck out swinging in the first. Pride with a 6-0 lead here with 2 outs in the second inning. The delivery from Peachin is high. She has been a very unhappy camper all morning. The delivery to Bertolino is smacked into right field. That'll sit for a base hit. Diaz scores. Lichty will try it. Here comes the relay, and it is not in time. A 2-run single for Alicia Bertolino. And that'll grow the lead to 8-0 for Pride Gold. Sarah Taffet, the 9th of 10 batters in this lineup to hit this inning, takes a changeup for a strike. A walk, an error, a 2-run double cleared the bases, and then Peachin seemed to be out of trouble with 2 outs, but she walks Diaz and then gives up a single to Lichty. They steal their way around the bases, and then Bertolino singles them home. Taffet takes a strike on the edge. Now Peachin is 1 pitch away from getting out of this at bat. Bertolino at first base, poised to move. And the delivery is low. Counted a ball and 2 strikes on Sarah Taffet. Outfielders playing are fairly deep all around. Pitch to Taffet, popped out of play to the right side. We'll find the parking lot once again. Parking lot in particular getting peppered with softballs today, it seems. That's why my producer Buzz and I park halfway down the road. The pitch to Taffet upstairs. You think a lot of these softball parents go to the car dealership and say, which one of these cars can take the dings a little easier than others? They factor that in. Pitch is down and away, and Taffet showing a good eye. Has worked the count back to a 3-2 count after falling behind 0-2. Peachin having to work hard to get this final out of the second inning. Bertolino at first base, 8-0 Pride. The delivery is grounded toward first. It's off the bag and into right field. Around second for third goes Bertolino, and she'll make it standing. Boy, when it rains, it pours sometimes, and that's about how Taylor Peachin's got to be feeling now. Ball hit off the top of the first base bag, went down the line, and now runners at the corners with 2 outs for Amy Petrovich, the only Pride hitter who has yet to step up this inning. And she'll ground this to second base. It's off the glove of Dovey, and everybody's safe. A run scores to third. Goes Taffet. She looked toward first base before she had the ball in her glove. The error puts Petrovich on, and it's a 9-0 lead here as the second continues. Elizabeth Cowell drew a walk to begin this inning, and she'll bat for the second time. So 11 hitters now have come to the plate in this frame against Taylor Peachin. The lead now 9-0 for Pride. Smack to the right side and out of play. Counts at 1-1 on Cal with runners at the corners. Still 2 outs. 5 consecutive players have reached with 2 outs. Now the pitch is outside for a ball, maybe a shade low as well. Again, 3 runs had already crossed the plate when 2 outs were recorded. But before 2 outs were recorded, then a walk, a single, a 2-run single, another single, and an error have continued things for Pride. Time is called. Our home plate umpire wants to dust the plate off once again. Counts at 2-2. The pitch is just off the plate for ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Big pitch with Zoe Bender in the on-deck circle for Pride. The delivery here is swung on and missed, and that'll do it for the inning for Pride. They leave 2 on, but they do score 6 big runs in the second inning, and they send 11 hitters to the plate to do it. We have played 2 here from Chemung Township, New Jersey, and your score, Pride 9, Morris County Bells nothing. This is Bluechip Softball TV. For Pride, these changes as we go to the third inning, and Pride carrying a 9-0 lead. Haley Smith is the new catcher, and Tay Meyer the new pitcher. We were told that they would be switching catchers and pitchers every couple innings, so the battery stays intact. Those are the only changes we know of, but of course, if we discover any, we'll let you know along the way. And our apologies if we don't hear about those. Those aren't often reported to us or to either scorebook. Kelly Dovey leads off, or not Dovey, excuse me, Michaela Kohler leads off and takes a ball. Kohler batting for the first time today. It'll be her, then Kelly Dovey, then Jamie Belfer against Tay Meyer. Meyer, a big right-hander, and she deals a strike. Good work for Akila Muzan in 2 innings. She struck out the side in the first and a perfect second inning. Retired the last 5 she faced. Gave up 2 hits, a walk, and no runs. 2-1 now to Michaela Kohler. And she leaves with Morris County, or with Pride leading 9-0 over Morris County. Foul tip will bring the count to 2-2. Pitch is down and in on Kohler, a swing and a miss. That'll do it for her. Strike 3, and that's the first strikeout for Tay Meyer in this game. Here's Kelly Dovey. Meyer out of Sparta High School in Sparta, New Jersey. Is a rising senior in high school. The delivery to Dovey is a called strike. Something we were talking about that you'll, in the interview here with Rob Stern after this game, it's neat how all these tournaments have popped up to allow these girls to play people from various parts of the state as Dovey bounces that off her ankle. You almost have a softball community here that exists in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, a lot of neighboring states in this mid-Atlantic region. Counts at 2-1 now on Dovey after that one misses low. Meyer comes back and Dovey bounces it foul. Not the day for Morris County thus far. We'll see them again at 2 o'clock, and they'll look to bounce back. Meanwhile, Pride with a comfortable 9-0 lead, 1 out in the third, and Dovey goes around. Second strikeout from Meyer. Jamie Belfer will stand in. A good start for Meyer. Belfer will try that slap and dash again, and she was able to get a base hit earlier with a slap and dash, and because of that, the left fielder for Pride will play way up and left. She stays in and takes a strike on the outer edge. Two outs, Pride 9, Bells nothing, and the pitch is hit on the ground off the glove of Diaz at short, and Belfer will be safe at first. Diaz was up at shortstop. I don't think she was anticipating a ball as hard hit as that one. But Belfer's on for Rachel Hubertus. Hubertus takes a strike on the inner edge. Getting encouragement from her starting pitcher on deck, saying, come on, help me out. Hubertus dribbles it to the left side. Tough play for Meyer. Out of the ring. The throw is in time, they say. A big punch-out call by the first base umpire will end the inning for Morris County. They get a runner on and leave her stranded. We have played 2.5 from Chemung Township, New Jersey. And your score, Pride 9, Morris County nothing. This is Bluechip Softball TV. since if there is another game going on, or if you had it up here, we're shooting. You're not gonna, no. What's that shooting? The flag? Pride on top of the Bells, 9-0 as we go on to the third inning. Pride scored 6 of those 9 runs in the second, and they sent 11 hitters to the plate to do it against Taylor Peachin. So Zoe Bender will lead off this second inning. Reached on an error in the, or lead off the third rather. She reached on an error to lead off the second. And Peachin misses down with ball 1. Does not seem like Peachin likes a particular softball she keeps getting. She's asked a couple times to have that swapped out. Now the 1-0. Swing and a miss. We'll have action here from Foster Field at 2:05. Bells will play later. The next 2 games will be played here by Pride. So I have 3 in a row here. So they'll be a fixture in that third base dugout here for a while this morning and into the afternoon. Counts at 2-1 to Bender. Peachin comes set and fires high. 3 balls and a strike. Peachin has walked the leadoff hitter in each of the last 2 innings. There's 3 walks today. Hitters count for Bender, and she'll watch ball 4. Let's make it 3 innings in a row now with a leadoff walk from Taylor Peachin. Marissa Jenkins stands in. Jenkins takes a strike on the outside edge. The time limit at 1 hour and 20 minutes today. We've got about a half hour left in our game today. Jenkins is fouled straight back. The rule goes no new half inning can start after the time limit. Bender at first for Pride as Jenkins awaits the offering from Peachin, and that's popped to the right side. Maybe playable for Kohler at first. No, it's off the back of the dugout. Jenkins watches outside. Runner goes. The throw was in time, but a good job by Bender to go into the back part of the bag. She steals second base as Jenkins will await the 2-2 pitch. Runner in scoring position for Pride. The delivery is lifted by Jenkins. Right center field. That'll fall. It's in there for a hit. Here comes the runner around third. The throw cut off by Peachin, who looked toward first base. Instead, Bender scores on Marissa Jenkins' second RBI hit of the game. She had a 2-run double back in the second. And here in the third, Jenkins' RBI single makes it a 10-0 lead for Pride. So many of these hits for Pride have been either hit hard or positioned perfectly. That was positioned perfectly in right center. To the top of the order, Allie Dabrowski. She'll take a ball. No, excuse me, Dabrowski no longer in this game, so Haley Smith, the new catcher. No, not Smith. This is Tay Meyer, the pitcher now. Pitch to Tay Meyer is outside. Looks like we'll also see Allie Wood next. Wood is the on-deck hitter. Changeup fools Meyer. Swing and a miss there. Nobody out in this third inning. A run already home and Jenkins at first. Changeup. This is high. Maybe a shade outside. 3-1. Meyer takes a cold strike on the outer edge. Pitcher versus pitcher. Tay Meyer hitting against Taylor Peachin. 3 balls and 2 strikes as Peachin looks for the first out of the third inning. Meyer awaits the offering and fouls it off. It looks as though Jenkins was off on that 3-2 pitch. He'll hit back. The delivery on the way is up and outside, taken for ball 4. The throw goes into center field, but backed up. So Meyer walks, and Rob Stern will send a courtesy runner out to first base. Elizabeth Cowell is going to be that courtesy runner. Here's Allie Wood getting for the first time today. 2 on now for Wood and a ball high. So 5 walks now for Taylor Peachin in this contest. And Wood takes a strike on the inner edge. That's bounced in. And the runners will hold up. 2-1 now, the count to Allie Wood. 10-0 the lead for Pride over the Morris County Bells. And Wood takes a ball up and away. Oh, yeah, a timeout now, as our home plate umpire wants to once again clean the plate. It's a state full of diners. About a lot of clean plates at those on this Sunday as we approach the brunch hour. Delivery is a called strike on the corner. Counts at 3-2 on Allie Wood. The pitch to Wood is grounded to the right side, gobbled at first by Kohler. She'll step on the bag for the first out. The runners move up to the next respective station. Jenkins to third and Meyer over to second base as Allie Dabrowski stands in now. And Dabrowski fouls it straight back. So 1 away, and a strike call to Dabrowski. And she's down 2 strikes in the count. Marissa Jenkins at third and Tay Meyer at second base for Pride. That's bounced in for ball 1. Pride has 1 run in at least all 3 innings played thus far today. They did 3 in the first, 6 in the second, and 1 thus far here in the third, with Dabrowski hitting and 2 on. 1 away. The pitch, a check swing, and strike 3. So Dabrowski becomes the second out of the third inning. Here's Trisha Griffin. Griffin hits the first pitch past Peachin. Adovi will go and make the play near second, and a strong throw ends the inning. So after a walk, a single, and a walk, Peachin settles down and retires the next three to cruise through the third, but a run home for Pride through three. Pride 10, Morris County Bells nothing on Bluechip Softball TV. We move to the fourth inning. Taylor Peachin will lead off. Nicole Catalina and Annie McCluskey will follow for the Morris County Bells as Pride continues their 10-0 lead. Tay Meyer into her second inning of work in the ring. An error put the only Morris County runner on against her back in the third as Peachin down a strike in the count. Peachin drew a walk against starting pitcher Akila Muzad in the first inning. Meyer misses outside. Pride loaded, the Bells loaded the bases against Muzan in the first, including with their only 2 hits of the game. Now Peachin lifts it high and deep center field. Back goes Trisha Griffin, and she won't get that one. That ball is out of here. A home run for Taylor Peachin to dead red center field, and Morris County on the board. Deficit is 10-1, but Peachin takes some of her frustrations out on a juicy offering from Tay Meyer. Only the 3rd hit of the game for Morris County, and the first today for Taylor Peachin. At first, I wasn't sure I had the elevation to clear the fence, and I don't know that Trisha Griffin did either. Griffin thought that was going to be a ball she could play off the fence. But it cleared and it hit that cart path and just kept rolling. Here's Nicole Catalina. Fouls it off to the parking lot for strike one. The Taylor Peachin blast makes it 10-1 as Catalina takes the ball up and away. The delivery to Catalina. She waits on a changeup and bounces to first. Off Petrovic, and she'll be safe. Petrovic tried to make the play. A great adjustment by Catalina. Holding that body weight back and then getting bad on the ball. She was way out in front of that, but she was able to delay the swing. Here's Annie McCluskey. Takes it down for a ball. So now 2 consecutive runners have reached here to open up the 4th inning. It's the first inning where Morris County had a runner on to open the frame. Counts at 2-0 now on McCluskey. Top of the 4th, 10-1. Pride leading the Morris County Bells. Pitch to McCluskey off the end of her bat. A cue shot to second. They'll try for the lead runner. They won't get her. The feed to second base might have been a little bit behind where the shortstop was positioned. So that'll put McCluskey on at first and Catalina safe at second base. So the infield huddles up in the ring as Amanda Waishes will step in for Morris County. A home run and then a pair of errors. Put 2 runners on as Waishes takes a called strike on the inside edge. Some life out of the Bells in their first base dugout. Waishes takes a strike upstairs. The delivery of Waishes smack to the left side. They'll get the lead runner at third base. And a good play at shortstop. Catalina forced to third and McCluskey to second on the fielder's choice. Two on. And Bonnie Kennedy tries to lay a bunt down, but it's outside. She wisely will pull back and take ball 1. Meyer delivers. Bunt is missed that time for strike 1. A called strike on the inside edge to Kennedy now. The count here to Bonnie Kennedy, 2 on, 10-1 as Kennedy swings and misses at strike 3. So Meyer bouncing back first to give up a home run to Peachin to start the inning, and then errors put 2 on. A fielder's choice and a strikeout have really helped Pride out here in this. Some changes. We'll take Waishes down for a courtesy runner. It's Bonnie Kennedy. The last out. Here's Maddie Rubel. And she takes a strike. Two down here in the fourth as Rubel bounces to the pitcher. Meyer knocks it down, recovers. That'll end the inning. The home run from Taylor Peachin, the highlight for Morris County in the fourth inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 10-1. Pride with the lead over Morris County on Bluechip Softball TV. These changes for the Morris County Bells here in the fourth inning. Taylor Peachin will go to first base. Annie McCloskey now field play has played all three outfield positions today. She was in center for a while, and coming in from left to pitch is Jamie Belfer. She'll face our starting pitcher, Akila Muzan, to lead off the inning. 10-1 the lead for Pride as Muzan takes a edge. First offering from Jamie Belfer. We've not seen her in the ring in either of the two games of the Bells that we've covered. Belfer deals, and it's stroked into right center field. Good shot for Muzan, thinking two. She'll round first, and she's there ahead of the throw. Throw is cut off. So Muzan now with the leadoff double for Pride here in the fourth inning. She'll be taken down for a runner. It's Evie Diaz will run back there for Muzan. Here's Rachel Grabowski batting for the first time today. She'll take a strike. Belfer with a changeup, good for strike two. Two-strike offering, just off the corner. Weish is trying to frame it for it, couldn't do it. Well, for the first time today, the breeze really starting to pick up and blowing out toward dead center field. The delivery from Belfer fouled away. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning in this timed game. Got about 11 minutes left. Belfer comes set and deals, a swing and a miss. And Grabowski is down on strikes. Here's Haley Smith, the new catcher. And she fouls one straight back. Muzan at second base. Rather, Muzan double lead off the inning. Diaz running for at second. Delivery is a strike call to Haley Smith. Pride has scored in every inning thus far today, except for the current one. They lead the game 10-1 here in the bottom of the fourth as the ball goes low. Pitch is a ball just off the plate. Good hitter's eye for Haley Smith. Belfer fires a strike on the inside edge. That'll be strike three on Smith. Back strikeouts after the leadoff double by Muzan. Good recovery for Jamie Belfer. Here's Sarah Taffet. Taffet takes a ball down and in. Taffet strokes the pitch into right field. That'll set for a base hit, and it gets past the outfielder and rolls all the way toward the fence. Diaz scores. Around second for three goes Taffet, and she'll make it there standing. It's an RBI single, and the air will bring Diaz home to make it 11-1. And the air actually sends Taffet to third as well. Here's Amy Petrovich with a foul straight back. And that changeup is taken by Petrovich. 1-1 the count here. Taffet at third base for Pride. And that one is a strike on the inner edge. Belfer rubbing that baseball against her right hip, rubbing that softball against that right hip. And the delivery fouled straight back. There's the pitch. Grounded to the left side. Gobble. Rachel Hubertus, the throw across the diamond is in time to end the inning. But 2 hits and an error have brought home an 11th run for Pride. And through 4, you score now 11-1 Pride over Morris County Bells on Bluechip Softball TV. Michaela Kohler, and she takes a strike to lead things off for the Morris County Bells. Their offensive highlight, the home run by Taylor Peachin to lead off the 4th inning. One of just 3 hits of theirs today as Kohler takes a called strike on the edge. And she's in a hole. Tay Meyer continuing in the ring for Pride, and the pitch is fouled off, but her catcher cannot hang on. It's Marissa Jenkins that has gone behind the dish for Pride. The pitch is fouled off of Kohler's leg. We'll see another 2-strike offering. As soon as this one is finished up, we'll have an interview that we recorded earlier today with Pride head coach Rob Stern as Kohler chases, and she's the first out of the inning. She's gone down on strikes twice today. 1 away here in the 5th. So we'll hear from Rob Stern after this one, and we'll sum it up. Pitch to Kelly Dovey as a ball outside. Coming up on our time limit, so only about 3 or 4 minutes remaining in this contest today. The pitch to Dovey is taken for a ball as well. So if you're Meyer, you're looking at maybe only a few more batters. The pitch is down. 3-0 the count to Dovey now. Would imagine that one way or another, this is the last half inning we play. (10-1) or 11-1 the score for Pride as Dovey takes a strike on the outside edge. Pride have scored in all 4 innings we've played this morning. Dovey grounds it foul wide of third base. Counts at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kelly Dovey, who has struck out twice today. The delivery from Meyer, check swing, and they say ball 4. Well, they appeal and say no. Dovey draws the 1-out walk here in the 5th. Keela Muzan, the starting pitcher, went 2 innings for Pride and struck out the side in the 1st. Now, Tay Meyer has 4 strikeouts today. Here's Jamie Belfer, a late swing, and she's in an 0-1 hole. Good work in the ring for Belfer in the 4th inning. Belfer bunts it straight back. She's in an 0-2 hole. Dovey at first base, 1 away. The delivery to Belfer. Foul tip, and she just barely got a piece of that one. That's all you need is a little piece. Belfer hits with Morris County trailing Pride 11-1. Another 2-strike pitch is off the plate from Tay Meyer. The delivery here is dribbled off the end of Belfer's bat. Going to be a tough play for Diaz at third. The throw wide, and it goes out of play. That will send Dovey to third and Belfer to second base. And they've just declared that Rachel Hubertus will be the last batter of this game. So Hubertus hits with Morris County down 11-1. 1 out in the 5th inning. Dovey at third and Belfer at second. The pitch is hit the other way on a line right at the second baseman, Ali Dabrowski, and that'll be it. There's no effort to stand on the bag for a double play or to try to double anybody. Yep, that is the ball game. And your final score today, Pride 11 and Morris County 1. Morris County will be back with us at 2 o'clock today, and another game we'll have here on Bluechip Softball TV. Pride will stick around and play twice more on this field after this one. They got off to a good start today. As we said earlier today, we had an interview with Rob Stern. We got a chance to catch up with Pride head coach Rob Stern, and we talked about what this tournament means to his ball club and just the state of softball in this region, or in the Mid-Atlantic region, rather, and at this level throughout the country. So here's our conversation from earlier today with Rob Stern. BluechipSoftballTV.com. I'm joined by Rob Stern of the New Jersey Pride Softball Organization. Rob, glad to have you with us today. Tell us about what this means to have events like this in your own backyard as you prepare to play a more national schedule.
This is great. I mean, the things that Lou has done with Bluechip Softball to bring it to New Jersey. I mean, me and Lou go way back to Binghamton and playing up there, and now he's been able to expand what he's doing up in Binghamton to bring it down here to New Jersey. And for us, obviously, anytime you can play home and most of our kids can sleep in their own beds, a lot better than from a travel cost and keeping money down is great. But the locally early in the season to get this kind of quality play is tremendous.
What does it take for these girls on a week-by-week basis to be ready to play this? What kind of commitment are we looking at?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the girls that play here that play a full schedule are special. You know, they're not your average just weekend players. This is a 10-month, you know, for us it's a 10-month operation. We basically just shut down in the month of December. You know, we kick it back up in January, winter workouts, right into the high school season. We take off for high school, come back in. This is kind of like our first. Last weekend, a couple of kids played. This weekend, we kind of start migrating back to play before we kick off the big national, you know, schedule, and then come back take off a few weeks in August, and then you're back in the fall. So, you know, these are the kids that love the game, and obviously these are the kids that go on and play at the next level, and there's a reason for it.
And you've been in this for some time. How have things improved for you as a club in this area trying to find tournaments locally from now as to where it was maybe 10, 20 years ago?
I mean, I was joking with our kids. I actually had a brother stop by practice of a girl I coached 18 years ago, just happened to see us practicing, and I was laughing. He said, you know, I looked on your website and where you're playing and what you're doing. We used to come all the way down here to play a doubleheader during the week. You know,
is that right?
15, 20 years ago, just to get quality play because the game wasn't where it's at. You know, when things like this and with Bluechip, you know, and organizations pushing it, you know, the quality of games every year gets better and better and better, and you know, it keeps driving people, you know, to make your programs better, to make it better for the local, and then obviously if you're better on the local scene, you're better on the regional scene, you're better on the national scene.
Yeah, what kind of a value is that given the game in general that Bluechip has been able to come in and basically galvanize folks from around the country?
Again, the more you can play quality teams and expose players and more so parents that there's a big country out there, you know, and that you can, you know, you got to be better. And you know, we always want to tell our kids we don't want to be the best team at the event. We want to have somebody better that we can go play and be better than. And that's how you just keep making yourself better. Because if you stay in the same little pool, you're never going to get better.
You never want to be the hunted. You want to be the hunter, right?
Absolutely. You know, you don't want to be the big fish in a little pond. You want to be the little fish trying to beat the big fish. You know, so that's what these kind of events have done. And you know, Lou's obviously brought stuff down here, and he's got stuff in Pennsylvania, and obviously in his hometown in Binghamton. So it's a nice little series of events that you get to go to.
Well, sounds good. Well, you've got a busy day of softball today. You've got 3 games coming up here this morning into the afternoon. We'll let you go. Rob Stern of New Jersey Pride, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more after this on Bluechip Softball TV. And that was Pride head coach Rob Stern, as Pride has just finished up their first of 3 consecutive games here on Foster Field. They defeat Morris County Bells 11-1. They did it with 3 runs in the first inning off of Taylor Peachin, a 2-run triple from Evie Diaz, and a ground-out RBI, those 3. And then they sent 11 to the plate in the second inning and scored 6 more times, 2 of them on a double from Marissa Jenkins, and then a third one scored later in the frame on a sacrifice fly. But then with 2 outs in the inning, 3 more scored. The big blow there, a 2-run single by Alicia Bertolino. And then in the third, another run on an RBI single by Marissa Jenkins to make it 10-0. In the fourth, Morris County got on the board. It was Peachin who took some of her pitching frustrations out on the softball with a drill shot home run into dead center field to make it a 10-1 game. But then Pride got that run back on an error after the Akila Muzan double in the 4th inning. So they win 11-1, and they will end up playing the team that's on the field right now, getting warm and getting ready to go. Meanwhile, we will be back with game action at 2:05. We'll have Morris County again at 2:05, and we'll also have a feature coming at noon today. So we're back on at noon with an interview and another look at Hitting Guru 360, one of the many vendors here to help these players get better. I'll have much more coming later today with that at noon, and then a game at 2:05 involving the Morris County Bells. Our coverage continues in about an hour on Bluechip Softball TV.